So, Ogden next, eh? I'll be glad to see him again.
His music always hurt my ears, but he was good at chin scratches. Oh, lovely guy. Oh, look, the ferry's coming in. There'll be loads of tourists all over this quayside soon.
Well, I suppose they won't get in our way much anymore, eh, girl?
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of I Am Dead. I hope you're ready to jump right in because that's exactly what we're gonna do. Ogden Beckett, 1948 to 2007. Ogden was a talented multi-instrumental leader of the Shell Merston Silver Band and keen cricketer. As a young man, he went to live in New Zealand, but returned to marry his childhood sweetheart, Sally Mapes. Oh my gosh. This guy's face is like right here. Okay, so it looks like we have to select the buildings, maybe? I think this is where we'd have to find them, but we need to find some memories first. How far can we go? Pretty good, pretty far. Okay, let's look for somebody with memories. Oh, here's some more of the tourists. Wow, look at that. Oh, this person again. Anybody? Oh, here. Finally, here's one. Oh, Sally Mapes. Jessica's favorite spot? Huh. Okay. Sally Mapes, Ogden Beckett's widow and former florist. Oh, she looks so happy though.
We were 14 when we started going out. Me and my friend Cassia had started a beach clean at the weekend, and Ogden turned up with his mate Godfrey. I had no idea Ogden liked me. He was the tallest in our year, and we all fancied him. By the time we reached the little cove at the north end of the beach, he'd asked me to come to a concert he was playing in. I said yes.
Oh, this is going to be a sad one. I know it's going to be a sad one.
We'd been going out for a few years when I applied to Floristry College on the mainland. I didn't tell Ogden. I didn't believe I'd get in, and didn't want him to think I was trying to get away from him. Ogden might have looked mature and confident, but he was a gentle soul, not nearly as sure of himself as he looked. But I did get in, and he was gutted. I felt terrible. I didn't want to hurt Ogden. He said he didn't mind, but I could see he was covering. My last week on Shelmerston was really hard. Every time I saw him, it felt so strained, and I couldn't sleep. Finally, on my last night, I made a decision. I would take an apprenticeship at the garden centre on the island instead, so we could stay together. It felt like the right thing to do. I would tell Ogden in the morning. But when I opened the door the next day, I found Ogden's sousaphone left on the doorstep. I was terrified. What did it mean? What had he done? I ran down to his house, my heart in my mouth. His mum, she never did like me, was a little bit smug. She told me Ogden had sailed off to New Zealand. He was headed to Christchurch, she said, and didn't know when he was coming back. Then she shut the door.
Oh, rude.
I was more than a bit tearful, but, you know, looking back, I think we both needed to have a bit of an adventure.
I spent a lot of time with Sally during this period. We used to meet up quite often when she returned from Floristry College, and I was working at the museum. For a while I thought maybe we would get together. But she always seemed a bit out of reach, sort of distracted. Well, it makes sense now.
Oh boy. Can you remember? we are. Model of the model of the HMS Indefatigable?
How did that get in there?
Big bottle. Ogden made this as he journeyed back from New Zealand towards Shelmerston. Oh. Okay. One down. Let's keep looking. Oh.
Getting the scent of Grenkins again, Morris. I'll pop up to let you know when we're close to one.
I'm really doing bad on those guys too. That's fine. I've never been a game completionist, so it doesn't make sense for me to try and become one now, right? Oh, the Camel Pub. The Camel has been on Shelmerston Quayside as long as anyone can remember. No one knows which came first, the name or the distinctive double hump roof. Oh. The Camelhead was erected by Arthur Bowen, the grandfather of the current landlord, Godfrey, in 1929. Tuesdays quiz, Wednesdays open mic, Thursdays is cribbage night. Anybody else? Here we go. The Skylark. Here maybe? Bed, though. I don't see a bed. Looks like a bed. Ah, well. Let's talk to Henry Nancrow, bootlegger and music teacher.
I remember when a young Ogden asked to join the Shelmerston Silver Band. I recognised his talent immediately. He could play anything, that lad. Literally anything. Eventually he settled on the sousaphone, which he always insisted on playing with his lucky bronze mouthpiece. One evening after the Silver Band played a storming concert in the Camel, Ogden and Sally got it into their heads to go for a night swim in the harbour, young love and all that. Ogden left his mouthpiece behind, and when we came back the next morning to pack up, it had disappeared.
Oh, man.
It really rattled him. Ogden was worried he wouldn't be able to perform without it, but of course, next time we played, he was just as good as ever. Didn't need any lucky mouthpiece, our Ogden. He could play anything, that lad.
Ogden was so talented. A real virtuoso. Oh, I loved listening to him play.
Ugh, speak for yourself, Morris. It was a terrible racket.
Henry Nancrow, bandleader for the Shelmerston Fisherman Institute Brass Band. Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay, so the mouthpiece should be somewhere here. One of these, maybe? There it is. Oh, wrong one. Funnel?
They seem to have been using it as a funnel. These bootleggers are very resourceful.
Bootlegger still, how funny. Sheep Shank Special Edition? This is not for drinking until our 500th bottling. Wow. Okay. Let's keep on going. Simon Grund. Oh, cricket team.
It was the day of the island cricket match out on the volcanic sandspit. We had lost to Appledore for the past 3 years, and it was my first year as captain. I didn't want another loss on my watch. Ogden had just come back from New Zealand and told me he'd be up for it. I wasn't sure. I remembered Ogden from school. He was lanky and good in the field, but batting? Not sure. Ogden showed up with his own bat. He told me he'd won it in a pub in Dunedin and that it had belonged to a famous New Zealand player. I wondered whether I should put him into bat at all, but Ogden whispered to me that he'd been playing on deck all the way home. I knew Ogden wasn't a bluffer, but he was never the guy who got picked for the first team at school. Still, I had nothing to lose. Ogden hit a 6 with his first stroke. We went wild! And just when I thought it must be a fluke, he hit another, and another. He was a machine! Ogden hit so many cricket balls out into the sea that we had to stop play. We'd run out. It was a stunning win, and we carried Ogden back across the sand and into the Camel. Even though he'd won the match pretty much single-handedly, he insisted it was all down to the bat and plenty of practice. Ogden was solid gold.
How's that? What a great day that was. And we've beaten Appledore every year since. Those poor chaps never did recover from Ogden's incredible batting.
And he's Shelmester's cricket umpire. What's in here? Slippery Derek? Oh, look at it. It looks like he's got a smiley face. Because I know that their mouths are really on their side, but it's cute. Oh, he's got one leg in the pipe. Oh, poor guy. I wonder if anybody knows he's in there. Wilma Cuddy. Robin Piper runs Piper's floats. Jessica Dern retired. Okay. I think we're good here. Oh no, wait. Forgetting the ball. He said it was in the water. Let's see. Nope. I feel like if it had been a ball that was in the water that's been kind of drug out, then it would be in one of these fishy things, right? Oh, crabs. I would like to eat some crabs. Nope. There we go.
Hey, Morris. Remember when we found one of these heavy balls on the beach and I dropped it on your toe?
This music reminds me of a game I played a long time ago, but I can't remember what it's called. But it's like very familiar almost. Oh, Arthur has been told repeatedly not to climb up that rusty old anchor, but he will just not listen. Probably he needs to fall off of it so he pays more attention in the future. Oh, seismologists. Doug Bradfield and Angie Potts are seismological postgrads from the University College London, who have been studying Shermelston for several years. When the remote instruments detect unusual activity, they head straight for the island to investigate in person. Doug and Angie are becoming increasingly concerned that something unprecedented is happening on oh my gosh, even now I'm having problems with it, on Shelmerston. The seismograph readings show a pattern of activity that hasn't been recorded before anywhere in the world, an alarming escalation of tremors suggesting that something very significant is about to happen. Oh, we kind of know. This is gorgeous. No, no memory? Okay. I was hoping that there would be someone with a memory here so we could go gallivanting in here for a reason. We need 2 more. I think I'm definitely gonna come back to this game to just kind of explore it on my own, you know? But I don't want the YouTube videos to end up being so long that it's gonna be like too long, even. I don't want that. Oh, here. Oh, she moved. Sally Mapes. I missed Ogden so much, and for the first month there was no letter at all. I took my place in college on the mainland without knowing how he was feeling. It was a shock on how low it made me feel. Even though I was working with flowers, my dream job, I threw myself into making friends and working as hard as I could. I wondered about him traveling the world without me, without his saxophone, what he was doing, how he was feeling. Then the letters started arriving, and it was amazing. Each one came with a penny from a different country. The first one was from Valparaiso, another one from Dakar. I wrote back and told Ogden about my course, trips to Kew Gardens, which were amazing. And Ogden told me about his voyage, watching dolphins and flying fish, crossing the equator. Sometimes we were both a bit lonely. We poured out our hearts to each other. In a funny way, I think the letters made us closer than ever. When he arrived in Christchurch, he sent me flowers pressed in his letters. I sent him a shell from home, and then he sent me a New Zealand halfpenny. It was my favorite. On one side was the head of a Maori tiki. Ogden told me it was lucky. I came back to the island, and when my father died, I opened up my own florist shop on the quay. I tucked the halfpenny under the front step for luck, polished up Ogden's saxophone, and put it in the window. They both brought me luck, and the shop flourished. One day, Ogden showed up at the shop, completely out of the blue. He told me there was nowhere like Shelmerston, and no one like me. I was so thrilled to see him and asked him to marry me there and then. He said yes. Oh my gosh.
The lure of Shelmerston. It always pulls people back when they try to move away. They were a lovely couple, Sally and Ogden.
Okay, so we're looking for the halfpenny. Lord of the Arts, a glittering, star-studded cast of top artists and celebrities were in attendance for opening of Shelmerston's new sculpture garden. Henry Outram, the Landslord, was said to be delighted with the reception to the opening event. In a brief statement to the press, he announced that the land in the grounds of Outram Hall would be left in trust for future generations of art lovers to walk the grounds and enjoy these world-class works in a natural setting. Shelmerston Museum may be set to open again. Oh, the museum, which has been shut since the death of its curator, Morris Lupton, has a new owner, circus legend Circe Jackson, who recently returned to the island after retiring from a glitzy show business career. Fancy! Onion. Oh. Oh, where are we gonna find that penny? What kind of bird is this? It's got its eyes down here? Oh no, it's looking that way. Huh. She put it under the step of her store. Decommissioned mine. Oh! get in any closer to see these coins. So it's a little... you can't... Oh, maybe in the telescope. There it is. Oh, Kiwi on the back.
Yeah, one good thing about being dead, I'll never have to deal with counting change again.
Cool. What is in this, actually? Oh, it's a suitcase. Well, that makes sense, right? Because this person is a Vernon Russet traveling. Okay, we got one more. No, here we go. Seaside Shop, everything you need. Godfrey Bowen, landlord at the Camel Pub. His head is so red at the top.
I remember we was walking home from school, a bunch of us, and I told him my granddad said the lad had a live Bactrian camel living somewhere in the woods. Everyone laughed, but I told them it was true. Ogden didn't believe me. Someone would have seen it. He dared me to climb in and prove it. I told him he'd have to come with me. Sneaking past the big house, we were almost caught by the gamekeeper and had to run. Hell for leather for the woods. We reached the trees out of breath. I was bent double and leant against a tree. Ogden had better breath control and he recovered quickly. He saw it first. The clouds parted, the moon shone down, and Ogden gasped. And then I did too. Was it? It was. The next day, we were kicking ourselves. We had no proof. No one was going to believe us. But we knew what we saw.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he was a couple of years above these chaps at school. Oh, and he's right. No one believed them. We gave them so much stick.
So Morris probably was really old when he passed away, because this guy looks super old. Unless he just didn't age well. Alright, we're looking for a camel figure. Those gold bars? No, those coins. This is just very small. There it is. Oh, wrong one. No. There we go. Porcelain camel.
Camels are so obviously a made-up animal. Humans will believe any old rubbish. Ah, yes. A very distinctive odor indeed. I reckon I can find him from this. Here I come, Ogden.
There he is! With his horn. Oh, that's so good.
Oh, this feels so good. Terrific to see you, Morris.
Oh, it's great to see you too, mate.
Have a stretch, Ogden. We have a question for you.
Sparky! Owner of the very finest singing voice on the island. What can I do for you?
Well, it's about the custodian. We need a replacement.
Ah, yes. I've heard that volcano rumbling. Poor Aggie must be very tired.
Yes, she is. We need a replacement.
Oh. Oh, you want me to be the custodian? Well, I'm honored, but I can't.
Are you sure? The island is in dire need.
I know, and I sympathize, but Sally is the other half of me. I need to watch over her. Everything else may be changing, but she's my constant, and I'm hers. I need to go into the West with her when it's her time.
Yes, I understand. You two always did have an enviable connection.
We were very lucky to find each other. And I'm still lucky just to watch over her. Makes this place still feel a bit like home, even as it changes. So I'm going to stay. But listen, once you've found the custodian, come back and enjoy a sniff of that beer in the Camel with me, eh?
Sure, Ogden. Well, see you around.
Oh my gosh. I'm okay with him staying for her.
Well, after all these years, Ogden still carries that torch for Sally. I wish I'd been so lucky. Things I should have done.
You were busy with the museum, Morris. And you did walks, and you did fetch, and belly rubs, and...
Yeah, all right, yes. I was very busy. Thank you for reminding me.
You did plenty. But now you need to find the next custodian.
Hey, how long has Aggie been custodian?
Oh, a little while now. You've met her, actually.
I have?
Well, her body, anyway. In the museum.
What? Her body? In the museum? Oh, wait!
That's right, Morris.
The Bog Lady. The Bog Lady of Shelmerston. What, that's Aggie?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's her body anyway. Her spirit is all around us, of course.
But Aggie is Bronze Age. 3,000 years. She's been custodian all that time?
Yep.
Wow. No wonder she's tired.
More tired every minute. We need to get to the next prospect. Greg Litherland, at the campsite.
Greg. Okay.
Oh my gosh, my heart. And it's so cool getting to hear a little bit about the custodian, Aggie. I love that they incorporated her into the story as a bog woman in the museum where Morris used to work. I love that idea so much. But I'm going to go ahead and call it here for today, guys. If you like this episode, go ahead and hit the like button. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them down below in the comment section for me. And if you want to continue watching more of this series, go ahead and hit subscribe so you get notifications every time they come out. But until next time, guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you later. Bye!